Spelling is so fun. We like to spell it.
Shimmy, Cocoa Pop.
How y'all doing? Hope you're having a great one. It's your boy Star back with another video, and today we are finally approaching Coco the Chocolate Bunny, because you already know we played Flight, played Exen, which means you're right. We're playing Goof. We're finally getting into some Coco. Let's check her out. Let's buy her real quick. Coco. Before we buy her real quick, let's just go over her abilities one last time. 3 hearts in the health, 3 stars in the stealth check, 4 stars in the movement speed. Oh my god, her stamina is bun. And her extract, and 4 stars into stealth. Bonbon. This 2 places a bonbon candy item that can be picked up and used by anyone. When used, the bonbon boosts extraction speed and movement speed for 5 seconds. Has a cooldown of 40. So it's like an extraction speed candy and a speed candy combined. Oh snap. Okay gamers, this is the first time we're going to be playing a full support, excluding Ginger, Cosmo, and Sprout. So I guess this is not the first time. This is the first time we're playing a pure support. So yeah, your boy does not have no VMO, and I'm used to And for the trinkets, we will be using a trinket combination that a little goober recommended to me. Blaze, Fondant Bag, and Ghost Snakes in a Can. So basically the science is your candies last longer, which means you do machines faster, and your survivability is better. And number 2, Ghost Snakes in a Can, so you can use the what's it called more often? The Bonbon. Five Nights at Freddy's. It's time for us to do a run. Okay. Bassy Hunt. See, that's how we lure them out. We tell them it's a Bassy Hunt, but it's not a Bassy Hunt. I'm lying. Zaza. What the frick? Why is there so many people? Alright, let's go. Oh my god, this is the first time I'm going to be playing like full support. Like, this is like weird. Like, I'm usually like the main star of the show. Shout out to V. And shout out to me as well. Okay, gamers, I'm going to be honest. I thought that the support tunes were going to be trash. But I was playing some Bassy. I won't lie, I played some Bassy. If you look back, I purchased her. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was playing some Bassy, and that character is broken as free. That was later. Now it's time to play now. We got Fish and Pamba in here. If you shout out to the goats. Oh, it looks like a little turd. What is that setup? Goob, you're killing me. Never mind. Oh my god. Should I primarily use the bonbons for me? Oh, look at these items, baby. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, I don't know what I'm pretty sure of. The glazed fodder bag makes it last 4 seconds more, which means it's 9 seconds now? I don't know. Who's getting hit? I'm dying inside. Wait, it's 40 seconds, which means it's 35 seconds, which means I can get it down to... No way I can get it down to 25 seconds. The bonbon ability. That's insane. Okay, I think I should save 1 for the machine and then 1 for the distractor at all times. So, I'm gonna... Where's the distractor? I have a bonbon for you. For you. Look, I'll put it down right there. Big Duke. Okay, Goob. What? Actually, Fish is kind of goated. I don't think I need to... Okay. Goob uses grabbing ability? Greedy Goob. Insane. No. Oh, double instructions. This is my first time playing on Poppy. They have Pink Bo's VMO. That bonbon is not worth it. The Dookie is always worth. Fish is goated, so I don't even think I need to... Oh my god. What was that? Bro, this stealth is crazy. I can't even see Coco because of freaking big old ears. First of all, put this down. Wait. Put this down. Grab that. Grab this. Bae Pamba. Pamba thinks she's getting the machine. She not. Briny with the Bridie with the grief. We are destroying these floors. It's probably not gonna happen. The moment the main gets here, this team is burgers. We're chicken noodle soup burgers. Sorry, Bridie. Yeah. Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want practice. Practice is practice. I know. I'm philosophical like that. But for now, your boy's finna pop up into this chug jug. By the way, I'll pin your comment if you know what chug jug stands for. Bandage. I won't take it. Band. And then there's this Tegan. But your stuff is beautiful. You're beautiful. And is protein bar a candy? Oh, frick. Oh, this is so weird. Like, I hate skipping over machines, bro. Got to go. All right, this Poppy. No. Frick. I have a bonbon for you in 12 seconds. And Poppy's dead. Sorry, I can't give my bonbon to you. You're taking too long. Give me that bonbon. Oh my god, it's actually on 35 seconds. Wait. What the? Goob, stay in the elevator. Goob, stay in the Ellie when pull. W shop? Wait, we looking gotta buy. Nah, that's cool. We'll buy on the next one. She hit this? Yeah, Vimo, right? Yeah. Why am I speaking like that? Give me that. I need that. I desire that. Hopefully I got extraction. I don't even know how long. Goob, you're killing us. Goob, you're killing us. Pick that up real quick. Pot that. Oh yeah, we doing machines. Baby. No, wait, it's on 35 seconds. It feels like 15 seconds. Okay, let's do the math here. So, 35 seconds, which means every 70 seconds I could put down 2, which I just did. So if I get it down to 25 seconds, then hypothetically, I should be able to get 3 bonbons down every 4. And that Goop just pulled when the Louie was 1 foot from the elevator. I want a rehearsal. Yes. Okay, we're at 30 seconds down. Suppressor's better for the... Actually, the pressure's better for the distractor. We're trying to go far. Shout to Fish. Trying to... Goop, be careful, please. I'm worried. I'm not worried. Look at the aura. L. Okay, bro. Really? Your boy does not have no Vimo, and I'm used to... Okay, Fish. My heart. My heart is explode. Because Fish... What the frick was that? Wait, I just realized her tail is a whipped cream. That's so kawaii des. Nah, I'm actually Japanese. Get that soda, boy. Here, you can have a bonbon. Coco kind of scary. Something about her, dude. I don't. She's like terrifying, dude. And I just learned why they don't give what's it called? Why they don't give Goob new skin? It's because his model isn't newly updated. Like, bro, that's so annoying, bro. We need Goob to have new skins, bro. Oh my god, I just realized I'm 4-star movement speed. I'm just moving. There's a GG on the floor. That's not good. Let's see how fast this machine is getting done. Okay, pretty booty. But my homie did say that you're supposed to stack 3. So for this next machine, who's getting hit? Never mind, that's a heal. For this next machine, I will stack the bonbons, and you guys will see the true power of Coco. And if it's trash, then
For the past 3 years, there's been a digital horror series that's been unfolding on YouTube that I couldn't keep my eyes off of. Disguised behind a reprised child-marketed MMO from the early 2000s, is a story of a man exploring one of his favorite games, as he documents the gameplay on his YouTube channel. However, as he begins to play, he realizes things aren't quite how he remembers it. In fact, as he continues, he begins to unravel a dark secret that's been hidden behind the bounds of the game. Sometimes nostalgia blinds us to how things truly were.
Hello guys, my name is Diego, welcome to my channel. So, apparently they reopened the Teeny Toys servers. I don't know if you guys know this game. It's like an old online game made for kids. Released, I think it was released in the year 2000 or something like that. And then, after a couple of years, they just closed the servers out of nowhere. I used to play...
Our story begins on a man named Diego's YouTube channel, titled Teeny Toys Exploration, a channel dedicated to exploring the mysterious resurgence of a community-driven MMO Diego fondly remembers from his childhood. He attempts to log in with his old account, to which he's surprisingly successful, and even has access to his original character named Tiny Robobob, an aquamarine action figure-sized robot. Despite the pleasant surprise, Diego chooses to create a new character to fully experience all the added features that came with the game's recent update. He makes an orange robot, similar in shape to his original character, and after answering a few questions about himself, he gets prompted to create a username by combining a series of pre-configured words. If you've played old child-targeted MMOs before, username formats like this will likely look familiar to you. He lands on noisy Beep Boop and gets teleported to the tutorial zone where the player meets the game's signature mascot, Carl the teddy bear.
Welcome to the world of Teeny Toys. My name is Carl. Nice to meet you. I'm here to help you understand a couple things before you start having fun. Minigames are a core element of this world. You can find minigame stations everywhere, so keep an eye out. By playing minigames, you can earn credits to buy whatever you want. But the most important thing here is interacting with other toys. You can play with your friends, or make new ones. You can even play minigames with others. I'm done with the boring stuff here. Now go outside and have fun.
Well, let's hold on a second. Before we leave the tutorial, I want to take a quick note of the pictures found around the room. We can find paintings of an apple, a water bottle, an eyeball, and a bicycle, but most important are these odd drawings of figures in front of colored panels. Take note of their slight difference in emotion, but specifically the blue figure being noticeably smaller than the others. We'll touch on this later on. Diego then enters the world of Teeny Toys and gets teleported to a large green room full of furniture that towers over our heads. Everything's gigantic. It seems our characters are truly teeny toys. The world is very bright and comforting, with friendly colors and welcoming wallpaper, although Diego can't help but notice something a little distressing. The world is completely empty. He chalks this up to himself likely still being in the tutorial zone, as Carl didn't explain much besides the availability of minigames. So after finding a couple arcade machines that allow Diego to play some memory games like Simon Says and Match the Card, he begins to question why these games are only single player. What happened to all the players the game promised? Where was the community Diego remembered so fondly? Could it be possible that he really is alone? Well, after playing for a little while and discovering some games he was unable to access, he found a bunny mascot merchant who offered some items for sale in exchange for arcade credits. Most importantly, one item being a pink key that opened the pink door in the living room. However, Diego didn't have nearly enough credits to purchase it, so he decided to play off-screen so he didn't have to watch him playing monotonous games. Although, before he ends the video, he notices the settings menu on the bottom right of his screen and decides to check it out for the first time. He finds many typical things you might expect, such as an event calendar, screenshots, his inventory, but also the server menu, confirming Diego was the only person playing this game. Perhaps no one else rediscovered it yet. The next video begins after Diego collected enough credits to buy the pink key. However, after re-logging in to record the video, a children's storybook appeared on his screen. It's oddly in Italian, but it's the first clue as to why nobody but Diego seems to be present
to get better.
Diego claims to be unsure what the story might mean, and continues to buy the pink key and proceed with his exploration. But before we continue, I want to take a moment to analyze that story, and relate it to what we know so far. So the story uses tales of lions and bears, but if we suspect this might be an allegory or a story that might have a deeper meaning, it explores the tale of a child who suddenly became sick, forced to visit a healer, one that cured his illness through machinery and mechanical limbs. Now, we haven't seen any symbolisms of lions anywhere, but we have seen robots. They're the characters the players can play as. And we've also seen another character included in this fable, the Great Bear, or from what we know him as, the leading mascot of the game. So, okay, this fictional kids game has some deep lore that hints the bear made all the robots. What's the big deal? Well, remember the painting in the bear's room? Not the one of the colors I said to keep note of, but the other ones. Some of them are hard to see, but around the room we can find a picture of an apple, a water bottle, a bicycle, and an eyeball. So what do all of these have in common? Well, if we think healer, they're all photos that might appear in a doctor's office. An apple a day, drink water, exercise, vision test, but what's most interesting is that this doesn't appear to depict some mythical Frankenstein doctor like the story suggests. It's instead just a regular doctor's office. I think this story might be more real than one might expect. Another interesting thing is the story being in Italian, when the rest of this game up until this point has been strictly English. Well, back to when the series first started, YouTube creators were able to display their country of origin, to which Teeny Toy's exploration was based in Italy. This feature has since been removed, so you can no longer see it, but I promise it was there. With the story being in Italian, it makes me believe that this story might be more personalized to Diego than he's willing to admit. It may be a clue as to why he's the only person playing this game. Diego enters the pink room and gets a loading screen a little different from the rest. Normally it's of robots, but this one shows the bear watching a blue robot reading a book. Besides what we theorize about the bear, there's nothing too inherently weird about this, so let's move on. Finally entering the kitchen, we immediately notice lollipop wallpaper, and eventually a loading screen of the blue robot holding a lollipop, further resembling the theme of doctor's offices. Diego explores for a bit, plays a few mini games, and mentions that he almost forgot Teeny Toys was intended to be multiplayer.
We entered this room to see if there was... Like, our main objective was to see if we could see other players. But... I was so used to playing on my own that I didn't even think of that at first. Which is weird, getting used to playing on my own in a multiplayer game. Doesn't sound right to me.
He also mentions how the mini games use sounds that give him a headache, and to his benefit, they are oddly unsettling for a children's game.
Tol, alam mo ba kung bakit nagustuhan ko si Senator Tolentino?
Bakit?
Siya'y Tolino!
Sobrang bait niya. Pwede na siyang maging, Santol.
Iyan tayo.
Ano yan, ha? Uy, eto si Tol.
Tolentino, senador.
He also makes an interesting note that the rewards associated with the games don't quite make sense. There's a math game that gave him no credits despite him doing rather well, but then there's a card matching game that gave him nearly 5 times as much. He even played this matching game twice, with the second attempt having a worse score. However, he was awarded with more credits. The only difference was that he finished at a faster pace, meaning that time is most valuable. Everything else is just unpredictable. Diego can't seem to find where the next key is, so he ends the video. Something odd is occurring. The energy meter that hasn't seemed to move from 100 in any of the previous videos is suddenly at 52, and the game doesn't appear to be happy. Diego, staying silent, drinks a mega increase, an item used when you're feeling exhausted, and the meter slowly begins to rise. The tilting of the screen also appears to not just be visual, as it knocked down a vase from the shelf above, shattering on the ground and revealing a yellow key, giving access to another room. However, if we take a look at this key, it's slightly different from the pink one we bought before. The description of the key is odd, stating, "The past is the key to the future." We can also notice the handle looks slightly different from the last. Initially, we might think the handle on the first key was some abstract shape, However, after getting the second, we can actually see their letters, likely spelling a word. Currently, we have I and D, but that's all. What could the keys be trying to tell us? Next time Diego logs on, everything appears as normal until something strange happens.
Yeah, nothing happens when you do that. We'll check. What the
Hello? How are you?
Where is everyone else? What happened to you?
Remember how many of us used to live here?
What?
Does this feel real to you?
I don't understand. Another player has appeared in the game. He tells Diego about how the influence they had on the place is gone, but not to blame himself. He doesn't belong here anymore. He tells Diego that he has to open something, but doesn't elaborate on what that something is, only that Diego must be the one to do it. He mentions some old urban legend about the game, asking Diego if he remembers it, as it will help him in his journey. He does. Diego then nervously asks the robot if he can play some games with him, or help him on his quest. He has no one. The robot acknowledges that feeling this way must be familiar to Diego. He should be accustomed to being lost by now. Unfortunately, this journey is one that he must make alone. He advises him to pay attention to the numbers and check under the kitchen table. Most importantly, he tells Diego not to be scared. The robot runs off into a locked room, leaving Diego behind, alone, once again. The interaction is a little unnerving, as I myself got so used to not seeing any characters that the sudden appearance of a broken down robot just felt so unnatural. By the way it talked, it seemed like it knew Diego, and after examining the scene once again, I think it might be a little more than just knowing. At one point, Diego was about to send the message, "I'm scared," before erasing it. However, shortly after, even without Diego sending the message, the robot responded, "Don't be scared." Is it able to read his thoughts? Well, after the interaction, Diego remains speechless, barely talking for the remainder of the episode. He makes his way to the kitchen table like the robot instructed, found a red key with the letter G on it, reading, "Some things are meant to happen, no matter what I try." But he also found a new type of item, a pair of scissors, ones that have the description, "Are you still scared of this color?" I know. There are some things we just never get used to. Diego then ends the video. It seems apparent that Teeny Toys, at least this version, is more than just a video game. It's personalized to Diego, communicating with him directly. The game's trying to tell us something, but they need him to figure it out by himself. The game seems to be a vessel for a journey that Diego must take, but for what purpose? Hell, what even is Teeny Toys at this point? The videos are still presenting the exploration as gameplay recording, but there's no information as to how this game is actually being played. Is it through a website? Was it downloaded? Or did it mysteriously appear on his desktop one day? At this point, we really just don't know. So let's move further. In a change of pace, Diego decided it might be informative to play as his old character. However, those with a good memory might notice that the color of his old robot is different. It used to be aquamarine, but now it's blue. In fact, it's the same robot as the one we just saw. Entering a room unlike no other, the setting is oddly disturbing. It's clearly not something you would suspect from a children's game. The wallpaper's lined with eyeballs all looking towards the player, and the room is perfectly split in two colors, one red and one blue. Giving us a hint as to what this might mean, the painting at the center of the back wall depicts a child drawing of a house, one side being red and scribbled, while the other is blue and more detailed, showing the flaws in the house and the cracks in its foundation. Now, I've seen multiple people look at this house and theorize it might mean the past and the present, although I don't think that's the case. There's nothing that indicates the red side is any different from the blue side. It's just drawn differently. Who's to say if the red side had as much detail as the blue, it would be any different? Instead, I think the blue side is meant to represent some form of reality, a depiction of how things actually are, with the red being a blurred vision of this, maybe appearing fine if you buff out the negative details, but don't be mistaken. There's still there, even if you can't see them. I think this whole game is a visualization of nostalgia for Diego's childhood. When he was a kid, the world seemed larger than life, with memories of games, adventures, and players filling the entire space. But in reality, when looking back, it wasn't like this at all. The game seems different than what Diego remembers. The world feels empty, the servers are barren, and the game seems unrecognizable. How could this be the place he remembered so fondly? As he begins to browse through his old character's screenshots, he finds a collection of memories he somewhat recalls, including a much more lively hub space, multiplayer-based minigames, and even some friends he made along the way. However, as he progresses through the photos, his memories of the game begin to get a little scrambled. Rooms progressively become more disorganized, the player map is all scrambled, and areas begin to require an unnatural level of machinery, including pipes and levers running through the bathroom and monitors lining the walls of the bedroom. Some of the screenshots have even been replaced by the color blue, including the final photo. However, we can still make out the transparent overlay of the scissors that we acquired in the last episode. The photo is marked as Usale, which translates to use them. However, before we go do that, Diego takes a moment to reflect on what's happening. Why is there so many memories he can't seem to remember? He's sure there were more players in the game, but besides for a few screenshots of his friends, most of the photos are still just empty spaces. He's scared. He begins to break down.
It feels like this part of the game is totally different. For some reason. And it's really sad because why can't I remember those times?
One interesting thing that he described while exploring the screenshots was the urban legend the blue robot told him to visit. While playing the game during his childhood, Diego describes how there was legend of an accessible door on top of a temple. Players would report of sounds coming from the building during nighttime, and theorize ways to potentially reach its upper ledge. Some players have claimed to have made it there before, but no actual proof of its existence has ever been documented. With both the blue robot looking exactly like Diego's old character, and both having memories of the urban legend, I believe the two are one and the same. I think Diego got visited by his childhood self. This is further reinforced when we look back at the drawings of the doctor's room, with the blue character being much smaller than the others. Symbolism to Diego's childhood, but more specifically, as we see detail from the drawing of the house, Diego's troubled childhood. The information for the scissors tells us that Diego is scared of the color blue, which makes me believe Diego is struggling to process some traumatic event. He's clearly having memory issues, but I believe he's actually repressing memories from his past. This would explain some of the screenshots being completely blue, as those have likely been completely erased, while others remain barely visible. Is this the journey that his past self alluded to? The one Diego must make with himself alone? What happened during Diego's childhood that traumatized him for so many years later? Well, in order to face our fears, we must first accept our past. And soon, the memories will start flooding back.
I'm a bit scared to play this game because I don't want to destroy it. I have an idea on what to do, but I think it's better if we go into the yellow room first, because maybe we'll find new stuff, I guess.
Diego seems to have a sense of understanding of what's going on here. He realizes that as he begins to unravel the truth about his past, his current ideation of what he believes his childhood looked like will be gone forever. Remembering how the reaction of the low energy meter knocked the vase over, he realizes he can use that to knock something over and create a ladder to the tower. Despite knowing this, he hesitates. He's still unsure if he wants to continue. He knows there's no way back. He uses the new key to enter the yellow room, revealing the bathroom, a much different space than the one from the screenshots. He explores the barren plains of the room and takes a moment to play a new minigame he discovered.
Ang much malaking Chicken McDo, much pinasarap pa. 99 lang.
what's that sound? It's news! The skeleton has a smile on his face. That means there's something in the air. News! The skeleton has dangerous world. News! I cannot wait. I'm jumping with glee. Because I finally have something to talk about. It's Danny's World. News! I don't know if you can tell. I'm excited. So in case you're unaware, we got new information on Danny's World's new tune that's coming out. Blot. I'll tell you the whole story on that. There's a new skin coming out. Yes, that's true. That's real. I'm a little late. We'll talk about it. There's also a new game coming out. No, actually, do you guys remember when I turned into Springtrap? Yo, y'all just show. Whenever Sprout smacked Cosmo in the face, except it wasn't her hand, it was her mouth. That new game of that. Might be some other lore, but I missed the rest. You know what? Let's just go. Let's just get it. Let's just go. So this probably isn't that new to you, but it's new to me still. In case you haven't seen, here's a different version of Flight when he used to walk. Yeah, this is really old stuff, but you might not seen it. He looks cool. And here's Twisted Flight running. I mean, it's not as cool as Flint Lockwood, but the way his robe kind of splits at the end reminds me of opening a banana peel. Why did I say that?
Posso bem sou, não cessa do fim de semana.
The happiness you seek, only I.
Here we go!
Open your heart for my arrow!
No ma'am. No ma'am.
Run it down my vagina.
May your love stay true for all eternity!
And I. Oh.
Hi, Diva.
Oh, my wings got locked in on your heart!
Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Don't do it.
Do you plan on traveling on your own
Thank God.
again? A while from Pure Vanilla Cookie. I bring troubling news from the Dark Cacao Kingdom. A mysterious plague is spreading throughout the land, turning Cookie's doughs pale white.
Of course. That is why I am here. As have yours. You've always disappeared without so much as a word. Don't worry, Your Majesty, you are not. After hearing about the Dark Cacao Kingdom, we have been strengthening the Hollyberry Kingdom's defenses. To make matters worse, the beasts are known to wield powers that could destroy Crispia without a trace. But despite all this troubling news, I know you must still journey to Beast Yeast to fulfill your mission. You may prefer to travel alone, but what say you to taking a company of our fine warriors with you? And Wildberry Cookie, of course. Well said. Raspberry Cookie will await you at the rendezvous point. Wildberry Cookie, I trust you will keep Queen Mother safe.
Anything for the Hollyberry Kingdom.
Hollyberry Cookie, you... It is nothing. I bid you a safe journey, Your Majesty.
My dearest queen, you've returned. I hope my mother is well on her way to Beast Yeast.
Yes, Her Majesty Hollyberry Cookie has set off to Beast Yeast, accompanied by Wildberry Cookie.
Oh, you always know just where to find her, while I seem to be one step behind quite helplessly every time. But you will be happy to know that I finished preparing shelters for our denizens while you were away. What is it, my love? Well, you look troubled. Has something happened?
It's nothing. I was just thinking about the past. She seemed like her usual self, but something was amiss. Just like back when she dealt with the aftermath of the Dark Flower War.
Do not worry, dearest. She is safe with Wildberry Cookie and Raspberry Cookie.
Yes, of course. We must do our part while Queen Mother is away, so that our kingdom is protected from the clutches of the beasts.
I sense a heavy unease lingering in the air.
Before we start today's video, as it turns out, I actually have to make a LinkedIn account. Now, we staying unemployed for life, broskies. Don't worry. And I promise y'all, I'm only making a LinkedIn account just to prove something, alright? We staying unemployed here. Unemployed gang all the way. Just don't take this the wrong way, alright? Alright, guess I gotta sign up real quick. How's it going, guys? Peepers. Allergy information contains soy lecithin, phenylnurics? Bro, what are they?
Yo estoy puesto pa' ti, tú te me quitas. Diablo, que pintaste la chamaquita, maquita.
What you just saw is a fandom, way worse than Max's.
power comes great responsibility. Man has facing consequences for leaking them out without permission or consent. He learned the hard way. His action came and went.
No one knows my skin like Myra E. Get that Myra Skin Confidence.
Surpresa Rap! New Carnation Everyday Creamer. Surpresa Rap sa presyong abot kaya. 39 pesos lang.
Book smart, I'm money smart, makes me more intelligent. Call me Mr. Rock Festival. I got hella bands, shorty cute, and her circle too. Told her get a friend, she gon' make me slide with my dog like I was never.
Look at this dick! Prostate! Look at this dick! Prostate!
They know how to build this when they won't love it. If you try to touch my wallet, twins on my feet while I'm motherfucking balling. Sleep when I tell you so you know I have to copy it. They know how to build this when they won't love it. If you try to touch my wallet, twins on my feet while I'm motherfucking balling. Sleep when I tell you so you know I have to copy it. I am fucking evil. I am Draker. I'm gonna beat you with the baseball bat. I am Draker. I am fucking evil. I am Draker. I'm gonna beat you with the baseball bat.
Daming ganap! Bigat ng feeling! Mag-Bear Brand Sterilize. Tulong para feel malinis, feel matibay.
I need more show, I don't buy. Why don't I need more show, I don't buy. Why don't I need more show, I don't buy. Why don't I need more show, I don't buy.
Hello.
If you go to Roblox and search up Forsaken, there's gonna be like 2 games that says like Forsaken Rescript and Forsaken Buckle. And these games are like an exact copy of Forsaken. If I were to play it, this is gonna happen. So this game has 3k players, that's actually crazy. The loading screen is similar to Forsaken. If you were to go to the shop, for example, they have like, wait, not shop, if you go to inventory, there's like all of the admin characters. For some reason, like Forsaken, the files got leaked or something, it got uncopy locked. Is this admin characters actually real? Does it work? I really want to try Nolly. Why is there a Nolly rework? Let's try this Nolly rework. And this is the map. Now the killer is Slenderman, and where is he? Oh, is that a killer? It is. Damn, my screen is just shaking. Wait, what? He died? This is like an exact copy of Forsaken. I don't know how this happened. Forsaken is such a huge game that the game got copied. And it's not only one, there's also others. I'm gonna try using a different survivor, for example, 2-time. Oh, there's also the old 2-time and the new one. This map is so small. And the killer is so picking. He's so slow. Can he even go? Bro, this guy can't even kill him. He is so slow. Bro, he's even stuck. What do you mean? I want to show you something. Like, if I were to go to the shop, there are emotes that were deleted in Forsaken, but it's here. Look, there's Silly Billy, there's this emote, and there's also Miss the Quiet. And if I try to use it, there's no sounds at all. Maybe because it's copyrighted, but it does work, so that's cool. And the killer is Sonic.exe. Wait, I'm pretty sure like this is a 1-to-1 replica of Forsaken, like the admin characters. There was this case that, oh wait, what? Yo, get out. Yeah, so like there was this case that, yo, can I charge him? Why is he still going? Bro, please, don't kill me. Yeah, so there was this case that, Forsaken had a point where people had access to the admin panels and everyone who used it got banned, and they didn't want any videos of it on YouTube. No, I can't even block. I wonder if the Forsaken devs are okay with this game. Imagine there's lots of modded Forsaken games on Roblox, and isn't that gonna be crazy? It's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe like Minecraft, where there's lots of mods. Oh no. The round is ending in 3 minutes? Why is it so long? Nice. I punched him. Yo. Wait. I'm stuck. Oh no. Can I make it out? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh damn. I was about to block. Yo, what? Yo, what do you do to my head? And if I go to the shop, there's also 2-time OP. What is this? I can't even buy it. Imagine if there was Heckler, but it's not in this game yet. This was one of the characters that was leaked in a video when everyone had access to the admin panel. And the Forsaken devs, they didn't want any videos of it on YouTube, like including any of the admin characters. That even on the Forsaken wiki, they posted the admin characters' movesets and stuff, and it got taken down. Like, they really don't want the admin characters being leaked. But somehow, Forsaken got uncopy locked and the files are leaked, I guess. Oh, there you go. I got an Nolly rework. Can I try using Q? Wait, what? M2? Oh. Yo. What is this? I don't know what's going on.
Whiskas, complete and balanced nutrition containing omega-6 and zinc. Try Whiskas now.
This is Mr. Beast Burger, and this is the last Mr. Beast Burger location on the other side of the country, where he once stood in front of 10,000 people and looked over them like Jesus amongst the crowds. Now stands me and my friends and a drink machine that doesn't work. And hey, this is a big video that involved us flying to the other side of the country to film. So if you want to see more things like this, then check into the video to see if you're subscribed, and we'll start exploring the last Mr. Beast Burger location. Yeah, this is, I guess if you want to live your best life, your beast life, this is what it's like. There's the inflatable T-Rex that he had a bunch of. Oh, wow, that's shocking. They have Chris on here. They have Ava. Can you please give me 5,000?
Rise in teens on TikTok self-diagnosing themselves with rare mental health disorders, in most cases that they don't have.
Nah, that's always been a thing, bro. People always went on the internet, they'll watch like a sad edit and be like, man, I'm so depressed. No, you didn't. You just watched a sad video. How internet brain rot destroyed Gen Alpha. What was the last brain rot meme we've had? I feel like it's been a while actually since we've got some like solid, fresh brain rot. Chicken jogging, is that brain rot? Yeah, you know what? I could call it brain rot. It's like every month nowadays we're getting a new brain rot meme. John Pork, Simon Claw, Tim Cheese lore. Man, let's see this video.
We cannot raise a generation of kids that are this tuned out, that are this rude, that are this violent.
I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
People have been sharing videos of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them.
What's wrong?
That would have been like, oh yeah? What you need is a whooping. My kid is ever like yelling over an iPad in public, it's over. They never getting that iPad back. They're just cooked, bro. They're gonna consoles and whatever phones and toys taken away for the year. I'm gonna do it the African way, no cap. Or even worse, I'll just send them back to the motherland. Now that's the worst punishment, bro. But I had this one dude, bro. He used to be a bad kid in my school. His mom sent him back to use Nigeria. He sent him back. He became the most calm person of all time after.
As a 12-year-old, the internet taught me too many things I shouldn't know. It has completely ruined me, and I have serious mental health issues. This is just one of the many horror stories about brain rot destroying—
I think what's gonna be like sad to look at too is like the fact that these kids is like super into sexual and grown up. Like I'm imagining 10 years in the future when they start to develop these things, like how it's mentally gonna f them up. Because bro, I wasn't watching no Elsa Gate. I wasn't watching no like none of that. Obviously I was searching up like inappropriate on the internet. Like I feel like I just made it out of that, because at the time all that stuff was coming out I was like already a teenager.
Generation Alpha. It's gotten so bad that the Oxford Dictionary made brain rot the 2024 word of the year. But although everyone is complaining about brain rot, most people still don't understand what it is exactly or how much damage it's causing. Today we'll break it down like never before.